Hey everybody, Morgan SLV today. Today's date, 4/1/2012. Silver 32.24. Gold 16.68. Hey, I just wanted to go over a couple of things here. You know, I have a lot of friends and family who are I don't want to call them religious, but let's just say they walk around the Bible a lot, and I don't have a problem with that. The problem I do have is anybody that thinks that, you know, action doesn't have to take place in order for you to be better off, I think is a naive way of thinking. Time will tell. I've warned a lot of my friends and family that, you know, you need to look at other ways of making income. It's an absolute necessity. Knowledge is the new money, according to Robert Kiyosaki. I think he's right. I hear people all the time, it takes money to make money. Well, I'll tell you right now, the two businesses that I have created that have paid me the most, I did with almost no money. No money as in, my son's business was $400. Can't even tell you how that's paid off. The last business I think was 10 grand. The business before that actually paid the most, where I cash flowed about 15,000 a month for around, out of the 10 years I operated that business, around 7 years. That was $200. So now I'm not saying I didn't grovel along the way, and it was a very difficult process, but I don't know. Here's the way I look at it. If you make a mistake and it costs you money, you never make that mistake again, generally, right? So, you know, it's trial by fire. But I wanted to go over something that's alarming to me, that most people do not study what we're studying. They aren't paying attention. They don't want to hear about it. But if somebody stumbles onto this video, let me go over some things with you. The Great Depression of 1929 lasted about 10 years, according to what I'm reading right now. The GNP, down 25%. 25% unemployment. Real estate, down 50%. Stocks, down 50%. For most people, their living standard went from bad to worse. Survival living mode, inadequate, limited welfare, limited basic government services, moderate public distress. That was in 1929. Let's look at what's going to get ready to happen. And this is why I'm telling you, knowledge is the new money, number one, and get your butt in gear. You guys need to figure out another way to make some more money, because I don't care what job you have right now. According to this, we're going to have 40 to 60% unemployment. So let's say you're at a semi-cush government job right now, and I know they don't pay, a lot of the jobs don't pay huge money, but the bottom line is this: are you going to be in the half that gets to keep your job? It's going to last 20 years, according to this. GNP down 50%, but still above 1929 levels. 40 to 60% unemployment. Real estate, stocks down 90%. In the developed world, living standards very high, but will drop in other words, more like the crash of 29. A bigger drop than 1929, but not survival living. I hope that's a correct statement. I hope that's wishful thinking sometimes, I think, and I hope that's a correct statement. Universal and adequate welfare. I don't know, I guess, but I mean, the bottom line is, so let's say welfare, let's say right now everybody's welfare check doubled. But what if our expenses go up 5-10 times? How is that going to work out? I don't know. That statement there is questionable to me. High public distress compared to life in the pre-bubble stages. In other words, in the bubble economy before everything popped. And so let's just look at the one statement here. 40 to 60% unemployment. I'm telling you right now, you better get a skill. You better pick up some books and start studying. You better get your silver and gold in gear. You better think about what it is that you're going to do when you don't have any income. It's just really been on my heart. I mean, I can't say that enough. Right now, you know, I told my wife I wouldn't be shocked at all if our only form of income, which right now we have 4 forms of income, it wouldn't shock me at all if this time next year, or maybe in the next 24 months, we're down to 2 forms of income. And the 2 forms of income will be income that I created, the jobs that I created. So if any of you have any questions on how I got my son's business going, smallengineadvicefordummies.com, just feel free to ask. You can go to his website. It's really basic, looks a little hokey, and kicks butt. That's all I can say about that. My next business that I started was a tow truck company. The jury's out on that. I'm going to run it for 1 year. I believe in using the calculator. If the numbers crunch well, and I can see a trajectory like what I think, which is people aren't buying new cars, which I mean, I'll have more cars to kind of tow and make things happen there. That's what we're going to run. That's the program we're running. If it doesn't work, I've already got Plan B in my mind as to what it takes to do that. And by the way, I haven't spent a bunch of money, on these businesses. Very basic funds. For instance, when I started my taxi business, that I cash flowed about $15,000 a month on average for about 7 years out of the 10 years that I ran it. I started that with $200 and a car. Not the way I would suggest doing it, but it will keep your pencil sharp. It will definitely keep you paying attention to what's going on. So my hope for you guys is, if you have any questions, how I make things happen, feel free to send me your questions, and I'll try to answer them. Your gold and silver. I mean, I haven't bought back what I've spent yet on the new business, obviously, but I've already made 30% of what I put into it, gross. So whatever. Lot of prayer and hard work, man, I guess. Anyway, joke of the day. So, guy's got kind of a drinking problem. He's got a new bride, and she had enough of it. It's about 6 months into their marriage, and she said, "I've had enough of it. I'm telling you right now. You come home drunk one more time, and I'm out. I'm gonna throw all your stuff on the sidewalk, and you're done." And sure enough, he heeds the warning for a couple weeks. Well, 3 weeks goes by. He can't help it. He goes out and ties on a big one, made up for lost time, so to speak. Well, he throws up all over himself, and he's like, "What am I gonna do?" He's talking to his buddy, and he's like, "Look, man," he goes, I got it figured out. Take a $20 bill, stick it in your pocket here, stick it in your front pocket right there, and when you go in the house and she busts you for having all that, all that throw up all over you from getting too drunk, you tell her that somebody else had thrown up on you, and the guy gave you a $20 bill. You can prove it. The guy gave you a $20 bill to take care of the cleaning. So with that, he goes home and sees his new bride and walks in the house, and she says, "That's it, you SOB. I told you no more drinking, and you went out and did it again. You're out." And he goes, "Look, no, wait. Look, man, the guy threw up on me. It wasn't me. I wasn't drinking. The guy was drinking, and he gave me a $20 bill. I can prove it right here." And he hands her the $20 bill. He says, "See, he threw up on me, and this is for the cleaning bill." So she grabs the $20 bill. She goes, "There's two 20s here. What's the other 20 for?" And he says, "Well, the other 20 is for the guy that crapped in my pants." Morgan SLV out.